Welcome to the Dragon Slayer's Guide to Healthcare, navigating burnout, compassion fatigue, and moral injury. Let's venture into this dynamic realm, reminiscent of HBO's House of the Dragon, where life's challenges are met with courage and resilience. Though our worlds are vastly different, they demand relentless bravery and enduring strength. And here's my truth: beneath my mighty armor, my soul often shakes and bleeds. I'd felt the cold, hard surface of rock bottom so many times that it felt almost comforting, like a floor to break my fall. For so long, I'd yearned for someone, anyone, to swoop down as a savior and mend the shattered pieces of my heart, only to realize that we're all a little fragmented. It's an unsettling feeling in life when the heart, which fuels our very existence, starts to fail, and we desperately search for advanced cardiac life support, hoping someone will jolt our hearts back into rhythm. Though at times it felt like I was fading, just when the darkness seemed endless, life sent me angels, humans who jolt my spirit back to life. Having been institutionalized 4 times, I've known the depths of internal crisis to healing the human spirit. And with every return to the outside, I'd be reminded of a divine message: I have a purpose. Amidst these challenging health episodes, one experience stands out. It was the year COVID-19 was new, and we didn't know what it was. The world stood still. And from that perspective of a healthcare worker, it was like we were in the twilight zone. In the thick of the COVID-19 battle, I stood on the front lines as a respiratory therapist. And I wasn't alone. All around me, healthcare workers from every discipline grappled with this unrelenting adversity. Every day, we faced the virus head on, witnessing its ferocious attack on our patients. It wasn't just about machines and medications. It was about clutching onto hope with every heartbeat, every pulse, every breath. The exhaustion was real. The emotional roller coasters, even more so. Yet, we pressed on together, united in our mission and our commitment to those in our care. I remember vividly that this was a point in my life when the exhaustion collided with physical immunity, or the lack thereof. Imagine this cocktail of over the counter medications swirling around in my system, mingling awkwardly with prescription meds. It was as if the universe had conspired to stir up a perfect storm, and I was smack dab in the middle of it, helpless against the forces at play. Amidst a medicine induced haze, I was convinced I was knocking on death's door. At my lowest, while waiting 3 endless days for COVID test results, I genuinely believed that this disease would be my exit. And in my state of desperate delirium, there arose a twistedly alluring idea of departing, not by my own volition, but at the hands of a deadly pandemic. I drifted into how I'd leave this realm a hero, remembered for my altruism, rather than being viewed as a mental case, just another lost soul who gave into their inner demons. Eventually, an intense longing to escape from a chaotic world where I felt out of place became the essence of this psychotic episode. The COVID-19 episode was my crucible. Out of that whirlwind of emotions and challenges arose a newfound purpose, no longer wanting to conform and tired of pretending that everything was all right when it wasn't. I carved out an escape. Drawing from my personal battles, I feverishly forged this guidebook as a beacon for those lost in the maze of healthcare, battling burnout, compassion fatigue, and moral injury. Because sometimes this life feels like a relentless game, and every dragon we face ignites inner struggles. Yet, my story is proof of our resilient spirit. I've been there, in the desolate void of feeling defeated by relentless demands, and with every fiber of my being, I want you to know you're not alone. Now, I'm inviting you to journey with me through the dark depths of that void to victory. What's inside this book? In the pages that follow, we'll dissect each head of this healthcare hydra, and you'll find strategies to not just fend off these dragons, but slay them. You'll get tips on approaching HR and management, backed by cold, hard facts and studies, making your case impossible to ignore. We'll explore the causes, symptoms, and dire consequences of each issue and offer proactive steps to take control of your emotional and professional well-being. By understanding and confronting burnout, compassion fatigue, and moral injury, we can lay the groundwork for healthier, more sustainable conditions for healthcare professionals. Better yet, we can improve patient care and outcomes, essentially turning us into dragon-slaying heroes. So grab your sword, stethoscope, shield, maybe your PPE, and let's get to work.